What's up, YouTube? Tiffy Stacy here, and I'm back. And I have some news for you guys. I was gonna do this video outside, but it's way too steamy outside, and I might freaking sweat to death. It's like they said it feels like 100 degrees out, and I'm like, that's insane. It has never been that way in a really long time. So I figured I would just do this video indoors and be sweat free. So, you guys, if you've been kind of watching some of my recent videos, the last few videos, you will know that I have been kind of struggling with, just where my life was headed. And so I made a decision. I quit my job. Yes, you guys, I put in my 2-week notice as of August 17th. It was actually 2 days after I was supposed to really put in my 2-week notice. It was a date that I had on my calendar, and I didn't do it. I didn't follow through. Was too nervous and just decided not to do it. So I wasn't even sure if I was going to do it, but August 17th was the day. It was a Friday, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to do it. As I said, I wasn't even sure I was going to do it that day. But I decided, you know what? I need to figure this out. I think I need to do it and make the step towards going full time into my business. So all day Friday, I was like kind of nervous, and I wasn't sure. I was kind of waiting around. And of course, me being the person I am, I always wait till last minute to do everything. So the last part of the day after lunch, I started watching a lot of taking the risk type motivation videos to kind of get me pumped up. I was like reading articles online about, taking the risk and like quitting your job to, go into your business full time and all this stuff. And so every time I kind of got worked up, I would go and walk past my manager's office, and I would get up, walk over there. I had my notebook in hand, thinking I was going to go in there, hey, I'm quitting my job. No. Walked right past the door. And I did this twice and went and sat down. I ended up coming across a blogger who started who worked, I guess, in corporate America, and then they went full time with their video production company. And I don't know, just something. I think everything happens for a reason. So that was the reason why I read that particular article. And I was like, I got to do it. I got to make this happen. This has been my dream for so long. And it's just like, I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time sitting here in this cubicle, goofing off, basically, going to work, taking extended lunch breaks, and, just not being very productive, definitely being undervalued, underpaid for sure. And I have so much more to give to the world. And I just was like, you know what? I'm going to die one day. And I don't want to sit there and think on my deathbed, if I even get to that point, if it doesn't just suddenly happen. I don't want to ever feel like I have regrets about living my life. I figure I'm 32. I need to make this thing happen. It's like, when am I going to figure it out that, like, what, by the time I'm 40, that I'm ready to make the leap? No, the time is now. While I have really no really real responsibilities except for taking care of myself. So I took my notebook, got up from my desk, and instead of going the other way that I went the first 2 times, I ended up going the opposite way to get to my manager's office. And literally, as soon as I got to the door, my manager was coming out of the door, and I knew then that I had to go ahead and make it. That was the step. Like, all I needed was that extra push, and that was the extra push. So, I called her name and I said, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And she's like, yeah, sure. She was, I was actually getting ready to come see you and hand these papers off to you. And so, I closed the door, and I just said, I just want to let you know that my last day here will be August 31st. And, she was kind of like Like, wow, oh, wow. Like, oh, I'm so happy for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and then she asked me, like, what my background was, which was a very odd question. I'm like, I've been here 4 years and you didn't even know anything about my background. And that's another thing. That was like confirmation to me that, you know what? I think I made the right move. You got to grow your people. You just can't expect them to just do all this work, just busy work, I felt, and then not want opportunities to grow as a professional. And, I'm still fairly young. I've been at this job for 4 years and I've literally, like, I have not seen a difference. Like, I feel like I've grown professionally, but I feel like I've also stagnated. I'm like, I could have been doing so much in 4 years to grow as a professional. And hey, so that's the way it is. So anyway, so we talked and she asked me how my parents felt about it, which I'm like, I'm 32 years old. I'm like, I moved out about a year and a half ago, or about a year ago, and their opinion, I mean, I love my parents. We're very close, but what does this have to do? I'm like, well, I haven't told them yet. I hadn't told my parents because I didn't want them talking me out of it because I know them. And I know my mom, and I know she would feel like, no, I know she would talk me out. So I just was like, let me let my boss know so there's no turning back. So that was that. So August 31st is the day that will be my last day. And I will be moving on to doing my own thing. And I'm super excited about connecting with potential clients. That's really been the biggest thing. Time has been such a commodity for me. I've been getting the clients, but the biggest thing is I just don't have time during the day. And you can only take off from work so many times throughout the day or throughout the week. And you just can't do everything with just using, paid time off. So I had to make the decision. I'm like, you know what? If I had time to really grow this thing, like 100% my focus, because one of the biggest things with running, you need to be focused 100% on it if you want to grow it. You can only grow so much, and I know that the argument's like, well, you can grow your business from 7 to 2 a.m. I get that. But you know what? I've done that for years, and it's not making, you can't meet with clients from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. So, my business is very people centered. So people have to be comfortable with you in order to hire you. So I thought this through, and people were kind of shocked when they found out that I was leaving. Because they thought it was something I decided like on a whim. But no, this was something that's been planned for a long, long time. 2 years in the making, really. I've been wanting to leave the job for about 2 years, maybe 2.5. But I've been wanting to leave, and I just decided that, you know what? This is the best time. I'm going to be living a little bit on my savings, and I have everything in place that I need because I've been working on it for a good 2 years or 3 years, trying to get everything legalized, which I did. I got it way back about 3 years ago, legalized, and just been working to get like the insurance and all this other stuff. So I'm pretty much ready to rock and roll. It's just a matter of me having to step out and do my thing and wanting to put myself out there because it's tough. So I've definitely been experiencing a wide range of emotions. I think it went from definitely relief. It was a very weird feeling. It was definitely feeling like I was finally embracing the person that I am and, my truth. But then I experienced a little bit of like disbelief too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, I can't believe that I've been working so hard to get to this point. So now it's just like, yeah, it's like totally on me to make this happen. Oh, this might be causing shadows. So, and then the other little bit of emotions that I've been experiencing, I think this past weekend has been pure panic. It's like, what the heck am I gonna do? Like, am I going to be able to get clients? And I know I'm just completely probably overthinking this because people don't know this, but the jobs that I've had in the last couple of years, my current job and the one I had before that, I hustled to get those jobs. Like I was on these people, I was cold calling them, and you know, an opportunity presented itself, and I jumped on it. So if it's like if I can apply that same kind of hustle to with the job search to my own business, I'll be perfectly fine. So it's just kind of hard to think because I have so many things to think about with like closing things out at work and then working on trying to, you know, get things scheduled while I'm still at work with things going on next month. But next month I'm really looking for, I got a really big gig which is really interesting. It's gonna be good. It's at the end of the month, and it's pretty much gonna cover like a month's salary if I was working at my job, and I only work 3 days. So I'm like, yeah, if I can get stuff like this all the time, man, it'll be so nice. So that is the goal. So anyway, I just yeah, I can't believe I did it. It's been a really amazing experience working, but I always knew from day one that I didn't want to work for anybody. I've always wanted to work for myself, and I always said that once I got a full-time job, I was gonna invest all my money into my business, and then you know, use that to work on the next opportunity. I said this 4 years ago. And now, 4 years later, I'm ready to make that happen. Oh my gosh, look at this little bird on my sunflower. Sorry, you guys. Oh, amazing. I got little wildlife out here. So, my biggest thing is don't settle. Don't settle for less. I think working out in the work world, you know, I just got tired of goofing off, and like I felt like I was settling. I'm like, I have so much to give, and I don't want to lose these precious years where I'm still very active and wanting to get ahead. Like I don't want to waste those years just like goofing off and taking extended walks throughout the day to just like find things to do, because I'm so efficient at work that I don't need, like it doesn't take me that long to get my job done. So, you know, overall, the response from my coworkers, some of them know that I've been trying to do this for 4 years, so they weren't exactly shocked that I was on my way out. You know, actually, leading up to this point, a couple of people asked me, like, when are you going to quit? When are you going to quit? And I was just like, you know, when God tells me to quit, I will quit. And, you know, that was pretty much presenting itself. Like July was just a horrible month in terms of just how I was feeling and feeling undervalued. And eventually I will do a video on this because but I want to kind of get as far removed from the job aspect of it before I start saying things and like letting people know what I experienced. But yeah, as I said, people were very supportive, and they were like, wow, I wish I could do that. I wish I could get out there and do something. Like I was talking to one guy who was like, he goes, I always dreamed about owning a record store. And I was like, he goes, but I don't even know how I would do that. And, you know, my advice to him was like, you know what, just start researching and Googling it. You know, he wants to own like a record store, like vinyl records. And I told him I had just read an article the previous day saying something about, you know, vinyls are coming back. People are willing to pay the money for them. And because now, you know, with streaming and well, CDs are kind of obsolete, but you know, people want the vinyls again. So I said, that's definitely something you should check into. And I said, maybe you should start talking to other people that have record stores in the area and see how they did it. But, you know, you should never stop dreaming. You should never, you know, you should always be trying to strive to accomplish your dreams. And, you know, it may look like you're in a dark space, but you can climb out of it. I've climbed out of many dark spaces, You know, before I started working in I worked in retail. I was only making $7.50 an hour. And somehow I was able to save up money to get like a new laptop and get camera gear. Like I've been building my gear for like 7, 8 years. So it's possible, but it takes time. And, you know, when that time comes, you'll know. And I felt like God was sending me a lot of signs, and I was trying hard to like not even deal with it, but I believe that, you know, everything happens for a reason, and it's just one of those things where you can't seek other people's validation for your dreams. You can't think that, you know, if someone doesn't honestly like understand your dream, you can't sit here and force people to support you, because there was a lot of people that didn't support me. There's a lot of people that did, but at the end of the day, it's still my dream, and I'm going to keep at it until I get something. So I'm scared. I'm definitely scared, but I'm looking forward to this journey, and I'm looking forward to actually seeing what I can do. Everything that I've learned up until this point, I can't wait to put it to the test. So I'm not sure how often I'm going to be on YouTube. I thought I would probably bump up my videos, but I'm really trying to push my business stuff. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot of videos with, no, not probably, I'm going to be doing more videos with that. So, but this is just my personal YouTube page, and I just like to kind of sound off and let people know where my mind's at. So, you know, don't ever give up on your dreams. Stay focused. And hey, you just never know. You might be able to quit your job someday too. So anyway, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, on YouTube, subscribe to me. Also on Instagram at Tiffy Stacy. And also feel free to hit the notification bell, ding, 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 and follow me so you can see when new videos pop up. This is definitely going to be a journey, and you're going to definitely see the progression and just see where my head's at. So, hey, feel free to follow me, and I will be